Welcome, everyone. We want to wish a mazel tov to Yaakov Warman and his family on the birth of another great-grandchild, a great-granddaughter, right? And it should be Zeichel Gadol Ben Torah, L'chuppah L'maisim Tovim, and such simchas for all of us. We are holding by Mishna Beis in the second parak of Makos, and we'll learn L'ilui Nishmas Basi Bas Rabbat, Shama ben Avram Alevi, Perel Bas Ruvain, also L'ilui Nishmas Dov ben Chaim, L'ufu Shalema for Yob Moshe ben Chayesar, Yaakov ben Bas Yeleah, Schus of Avram and Yom ben Ishma Malk Yehudis, by Eddie Chazan for L'ilui Nishmas, his grandfather, Rav Yedidia Toledano, and for the safety of all the Chayolim, L'ufu Shalema for Moshe ben Esther Fadl, Rivka Bashir Aleah, Dvar Bashoshabina, Yitzchak ben Tzion ben Dusha, and dedicated by Yoel Klugman and family. Now, those that are exiled to the Orei Miklat, Elu hein hagoylin, hahoreg nefesh bishkoga. No, 1 second. Mishna Beis. Hazoyrek even l'rishus harabim. If, let's say, Jack throws a rock into the rishus harabim, and it's at a time in a place where people during the day don't go often. There's an outhouse there, so it's not private in the day. People go there in the night. But somebody happened to go there in the day, and the rock hit the person and killed him, so Harizeh Goyla, Jack has to go into exile. Rebbe Eliezer ben Yaakov says, if when Jack threw the rock, the person's head wasn't in its trajectory, afterwards the person walked into where the rock was going, then Jack is in Chayiv. If after he threw the rock, this person entered the airspace of the rock and the rock hit him, then Harizeh Potter, because it wasn't in the trajectory of the rock when Jack released the rock.
Did he do it on purpose? Did the guy walk into it on purpose?
No. Now, Zorak es even lechatzerei v'horak. Let's say that Saba throws a rock into Baruch's property. And again, Zorak es even lechatzerei, if Baruch throws a rock in his own courtyard. Baruch throws a rock in his own courtyard. V'horag, and he kills Chatzkel. So it depends if Chatzkel had permission to come in or not. If Chatzkel had permission to come in, so then Baruch goes into exile. But Vimlav, if Chatzkel didn't have any permission to go in there, ain't a Geila. Shenemar, an example in the Torah of exile, V'asher yavo esrei eyu vayar. He comes upon his friend in the forest. Now, forest, everybody has permission to go in the forest. Ma'ayar rishus lanizik v'lamazik likanes l'sham. His permission for the damager and the one that was damaged to be there. Yotzer Chotzer Balabayis, if Chatzkel didn't have permission to go into Baruch's courtyard, it's not similar to a Yar, and then Baruch doesn't go into Gol. Shem Rishus Lanizik V'lamazik Likanos Sham. There's no permission for the one who was damaged to enter into his courtyard. Abba Shaul says we learn out something else from the comparison of the forest. Abba Shaul Aimer Ma Tovas Eitzim Rishus, just like chopping wood is an optional activity, Yotza of a makes benai, if a father is hitting his son to be mechanechim, so that's a mitzvah, and unwittingly he killed him. Or v'rava roides talmidai, or the Rebbe is hitting his Talmud in order to discipline him, or Shliach Bezdin, or the agent of the court is punishing the person, l'shem mitzvah, and the person dies, so that's not an optional activity, that was an activity of a mitzvah, there's no galus. Now Mishnah Gimel tells us, ha'ov goleh al yedei haben. A father will be exiled if he kills his son, unless he did it while he was disciplining him. V'aben goel al yedei av. A son is exiled if he accidentally killed his father. Hakol goelin al yedei Yisrael. Everyone is exiled for killing a yid, and this includes an Evet Kanani, who has mitzvahs like a woman, would be exiled, and a Kusi, because the opinion of our Mishnah is that the Kusim were Gerei Emes, were sincere converts. V'Yisrael goylin al Yedeihan, and if a Yid kills an Evet Kanani or a Kusi, he goes into exile. Chutz ma'al Yedei Ger Toshev. If a Ger Toshev is a resident alien who accepted not to worship idolatry. Some say he accepted the 7 Noahide laws, but the more popular opinion is he just accepted not to worship idolatry. He was given permission to live in Eretz Yisrael. He's called a Ger Toshev, a resident convert. Such a person, if he kills a Yid unwittingly, does not go into Galus. He does go into Galus if he kills another Ger Toshev. This we learn out from Psukim. The Ger Toshev and a Goyla allow Yedei Ger Toshev. If he kills another Ger Toshev. Hasuma ain't a Goyla. A blind person doesn't go into exile because it's very close to an accident. It's not a Shogeg, Divir Yehuda, a Meir, I'm a Goyla. A Meir learns out from Psukim that a blind person does go into exile. Hasoine ain't a Goyla. An enemy doesn't go into exile because when the bucket falls out of his hand, the barrel falls out of his hand and kills the person, since he's an enemy, it's Korov Lamezid, and therefore he doesn't go into exile.
It also says
Rabbi Yossi, what?
It says Ayevloi.
Yeah. We'll see. Rabbi Yossi disagrees. Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Yehuda says, not only does the enemy not go into exile, the enemy is executed. Because we say that it was amazing. So you'll say, what do you mean we say? Did we give him a warning? Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Yehuda holds that we don't have to give him a warning. Because this person, since he's an enemy, is considered as if he was warned. So Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Yehuda, the enemy is put to death. It's as if he was warned, we have our eyes on you. We know you hate this guy. You wish he wouldn't be on the planet. Reb Shimon says it depends. There are times that you could see it's an accident. In other words, if he's lowering the barrel and it falls out of his hand, that might not be an accident. He doesn't go into exile. But if the rope splits, that's clearly an accident, then he goes into exile. So therefore, Reb Shimon Aimer, Yesh Soine Geila, there's a time that the enemy goes into exile, Yesh Soine She'ena Geila, that he doesn't go into exile. Zakal, Koshu Yachal Aimer Lidas Harag, where you could say, he did it and he's happy with what happened, and he wasn't so careful, so it's Korov Lamezid. Reb Shimon doesn't hold he's put to death, but it's Korov Lamezid, ain't a Goyla, because if it's closer to a Mazid, that's not in the category of Shogeg, then he doesn't go into exile. Vishalayla das harak, but if you see the rope split, nobody could plan that the rope would split, then Harizeh Goyla, then he does go into exile. If the rope splits? So some say that he should have been careful to see if the rope was strong enough. So it's not an inus. Be careful, People are walking underneath. Make sure that the rope is strong. First of all, a good chodesh, everyone. That's number one. Don't forget to say Yalav Yava Yamariv. Secondly, Baruch Hashem, we had a nice Mariv yesterday, but it was only with a lot of help. So please, those that can wait for the second Mariv, please do so. Reb Solomon, who is with you? That's your son? Huh? Grandson. What's your name? Avi? Avi, it's a pleasure having you. How long are they letting you stay? A weekend? A week. Well, that's most grandchildren don't get a week. You must be special. Most grandchildren only get like... Oh, you put them to work, okay.
Depends how the food bubble makes,
Okay.
right?
Okay, well, if you want to come to the second minion, we could use you.